technology and how great it's going to be, but I think one of the big questions about it, and sort of James kind of hit on it, what is it? Like what do we mean when we say we're talking about nanotechnology? And when we say it's something new, I think we mean it's something different than just we're making better drugs the same way we made drugs. We're making better computers, just smaller the same way we made computers. So I thought we'd maybe have one of the experts take a stab at it or something. So maybe Pearl,
So you're like
done
looking
a lot
right
of
at
stuff.
me.
Well, with the Foresight Institute and all that, I mean, it sort of kicks it off.
Actually, it's interesting you say that because I spent a lot of time trying to explain nanotechnology to the layman. So if you don't understand it, tell me because I'm not doing my job. Because I have to make it understandable to investors and things like that. And truth be told, my version of it is probably a little different than, and I'm not speaking for the Foresight Institute at the moment.
Yeah.
My version is just a little different, so this is my version, not what they think. It's sort of the confluence of physics, biology, engineering, everything. In a sense that it's like the next stage of research. It's nothing really new. It's what we've been doing all along. So this is just my definition, of course. It's just gotten to the next stage because our resolution of imaging and everything has gotten so much better. You know, the nanotechnology name, and because I'm on the dark side, I understand the value of the PR and having a sexy name for it because it raises funding and does all kinds of stuff. But on the other hand, you know, it goes too far, and then I have disputes with the Nano Business Alliance people, and stuff goes like that. So it's, in a sense, the next stage of what we can do in terms of being able to control systems and design systems to better, let's say, combat cancer, yada, Taylor stuff, which is very material science. So it's nothing really new. I mean, if you want to talk about new, it's like Feynman back in the 60s. You know, I don't want to date myself, but, you know, just right around I was born. I mean, that guy, he knew what it was about. So I don't know if that explains it, but it's sort of like I can make a better car if I understand exactly how the engine works. If I can go actually inside and view all the pistons working, you know, at every single, you know, I forget what you call it, every time it's valves and things like that. If I can see it, I can tweak the valve, or I can tweak the gasket, I can tweak all kinds of stuff and make things happen. So that's sort of my explanation of nanotech.
I could add, and by the way, I just want to completely support you. I get the Nano Business Alliance emails, so yeah. Right.
You have
right
to meet
about
Mark and Nathan, all the guys that
right
founded
about
this
that.
thing.
You know, the thing about Drexler is, yes, he was quite a showman, but he kind of had to be at the time, right? Not only their vision, which complements what was just said, because it definitely is the case that in terms of molecular chemistry and that level of scale, that's nanotech, and that's been going on for some time. So there is this consolidation, as you suggested, and objectification of some of the techniques and the levels of scale, with at least a Drexlerian goal of being able to manipulate matter at a very fine level of scale. One of the ultimate goals being to create novel combinations, as James was suggesting, with properties that can be predefined. So you can create anti-rubber by design rather than happening upon it by accident. And this is very exciting because long term, and again this is Drexlerian, but it does suggest the possibility of what are referred to as nanofactories. Based on current nanofabrication technologies, the possibility exists, and there's some very early prototypes that use hydrocarbon inputs to reshuffle some of the materials at that small level of scale to produce outputs that, as intended, that may or may not have existed previously in a natural state. So this is kind of interesting. And longer term, in terms of social justice, it actually contains the germ, perhaps, of Marx's vision of a post-scarcity economy. And that's a long story that I won't go into, but it's entirely possible that if this technology, this level of technology comes into fruition, we can, in fact, print based on something analogous to a CAD design, matter as needed. It's like a Star Trek replicator made real, and that's a real possibility, much more so than it was when Drexler envisioned it. That's my take.
But I always read about it, but I guess my big question now would be, how close are we to it? Or what are some of the applications that are happening right now? Mike, do you